It was a mistake to come here.
Free Cities is a game where there is more text than actual game. This is why it's a text-based game. Thus, it will be difficult for Zoomers to watch this video as much as it is difficult for me to acknowledge their existence. To be precise, this is a slave management text-based game. But because we're in YouTube, I cannot say the S word in fear of Susan abducting my family in Water, Mexico. Do you like anarcho-capitalism? Do you like paying your interns with nothing and having the legal rights to remove their Achilles tendons if they exceed their 20-second bathroom breaks? Do you like autism-fueled horniness? Do you like post-apocalyptic crafting games where you craft human beings instead? Do you like reading a good book next to a fireplace as the sound of rain lightly taps your window, but the book is about the deepest and darkest of sexual deviancy? Then this is the game for you. Story. Free Cities has no story. It is the type of game where you build your own story. This is why I shall make my own story and make it canon because I am the only one making a video of this game. If you search Free Cities in Google, all you'll see are wiki articles to some dime novel. So this video will now explain the official lore of this game. You play as John Smith in the year 2022. The meme market has collapsed and thus the disgusting beings of the internet like 4chan, Reddit, 9gag and cool math games meme out the stock market, causing it to explode. Crazed by this, Jeff Bezos allows everyone free refunds and starts by refunding their lives. Now, without government supervision and verified Twitter checkmarks, you, along with the other 1%, started building new bastions of civilizations through unpaid forced internships.
Get your ass back here!
It is a well-known fact that video game graphics is directly correlated to frontal lobe shrinkage. That is why playing games like Dwarf Fortress or Caves of Cod requires at least a college-level education. This is one of those games. Unchained by the shackles of graphics, Free Cities is a game of unfiltered, unrefined, extra virgin autism. And I will try my best to explain it to a wider audience. To do so, I must add graphics into the game. And because I am a poor Somalian rice farmer, I will use Western imagery in hopes of pleasing the white man to give me money. Let us begin. The game starts with psychological horror as it reminds you of your fleeting life. You choose if the economy is pre or post Ching Chong flu. You set if you get forced waifus from all over the world or only from your chosen location. I do not know the logistics of how an overweight Somalian girl got into post-apocalypse Japan, but I will be very sure to take good care of her. Then set up if you want amputations or hyperpregnancies in your game. You know, usual gamer stuff. Then choose if you only like forced waifus, forced husbandos, or both. Set the minimum age. Make your character and your backstory. Choose what kind of arcology you have, where you want your arcology to be. And finally, activate these two mods. But Ansay, I want the vanilla X. You have no choice in this matter. I have your family. The game is already installed with the mods. Check your System32 folder. And you're set. Welcome to the world of Free Cities. Your goal? To make money. A lot of it. Because those forced waifus aren't going to augment themselves. There is a lot of things that you could do in this game. See that mountain?
You can walk all the way to the top of that mountain.
No, you can't. It's a text-based game, and sometimes that's for the better. I don't think I want to see a farm filled with forced waifus continuously making milk that it would make Fidel Castro blush. Again, there is a lot of things that you can do in this game, and I will try my best to cover the interesting bits. If you have a problem with that, write a comment and face the wall. Look to the left of your screen. That's your stats. Your mission? To make them increase so that your brain will release happy juice, but not the red number. Increasing the red number is bad. Cash, very self-explanatory. You use them to buy chicken nuggies. GSP, what the fuck is that? Reputation, the hardest to increase. You need higher reputation to access better forced waifu markets. Authority is the power to make reality whatever I want.
But if you close your eyes.
Security, make sure it's higher than crime. Unless you want a revolution. The most important part that you need to increase is cash. How do you make cash? Simple. Make your forced waifus do stuff. The most basic way to make money is to train your forced waifus and sell them to the open market. This involves simple stuff as breaking your waifus first and then sending them through obedience training, which can take weeks. After the forced waifu is fully trained, you can then sell her to the highest bidder. That's not all of it though, because some forced waifus come with flaws, which will lower their price. You can remove their flaws if you want through weeks of training, but you can also turn them into fetishes with the same amount of training. I never got the reason why you wouldn't just turn them into fetishes, because a forced waifu with a fetish usually sells for a lot. There are also passive ways in making money, and that's where most of the game is. Here are some of the examples of passive income in the game. Open a cattle farm, but there's no cows. Why can I only put forced waifus in there? Open a brothel. Don't worry, we have systems in place to make sure that your forced waifus will always work. Open a club, where it functions like a brothel but much more noisier. Make Russian tenements, or useless Dubai-style hotels. Make an arcade. No, not those Japanese ones. The ones where the waifus are inside the machines. After making these marvels of capitalism, you can now send your fully trained forced waifus to work in them. Well, mostly for the clubs and brothels. For the forced waifus that ask for stuff like human rights or basic human needs, get sent to the farm and arcade. But where do you get these forced waifus? Well, you buy them, of course. At the start, you won't see a lot of the shops, but as reputation increases, you'll have access to more places to buy that perfect forced waifu. The most common ones you'll visit are the schools. Wait, that sentence could have been structured better.
Satsuna is relapsing to being a lolicon again! Sedate him!
No, you don't raid schools and enslave them, they come pre-enslaved. Wait, that's not better. Let me explain. There are a lot of schools in free cities, all of which get young forced waifus and mold them into their specific rules. I'll try to breeze through them because there's like 10 of them or something. The forced waifu school. For the people who like white bread, very vanilla, trained waifus that are all close to the minimum age for some reason. The Growth Research Institute. They don't train them here, they only care for one thing, and that's big fucking booba. St. Claver's Preparatory, like the previous school, but now they train them, and the booba is made out of silicon. The Cattle Ranch. Mentally conditioned cowgirls. They all come pre-milked. Sometimes you can even get a 2-for-1 deal. What the fuck? The Hippolyta Academy. Combat ready forced waifus with 6-pack abs. L'école
des enculés.
It's the Gymnasium Academy. Simple. Forced husbandos. The Futanari sisters. Big dick, big booba. Nueva Universidad de Libertad. Forced waifus but with a question mark. Because they've been genetically engineered to look as androgynous as possible. They don't have genitals. There are also other places where you can get forced waifus, but there are too many to list, so I'll just say a couple. There's wetware CPUs where you can get waifus of the biggest of brains, but no limbs. Like a CPU. Hopefully our CPU doesn't have limbs. And the Flesh Heap, where discarded seasonal waifus are thrown away. Very affordable. But the best place to get these forced waifus is in custom orders. You contact unnamed paramilitary organizations to look for very specific waifus that you can customize them to whatever you like. From age range to booba size to even their nationality. The possibilities are many, and the light from God's domain grows ever weaker. After you've bought your forced waifu, the only thing limiting you is your stats. Once those limits are surpassed, there are a lot of things you can do to your potential employee. Here are some of the ways that you can do to your forced waifus. Do you know those brood mothers from the only Dragon Age game that matters?
That's a lot of nipples.
You can make those. Do you need a Dorothy to fill the void in your life? Me too. I mean, you can make androids in this game. Fashion yourself somewhat of a surgeon? How about make those cow farms more roleplay friendly? Speaking of roleplay, elves. You can make them too. Have you looked at your long list of forced waifus and thought, man, I miss fucking those blow-up dolls with low limbs? How about going back to those roots? The possibilities are endless with the wonders of surgery. Have you ever wondered how the Habsburg family reproduced back then? Wonder no more. Have your forced waifus open an OnlyFans but with extra porn. Make them into muscle-bound machines of death and lust and have them fight to the death in Roman-style coliseums. And you know what's better? You can do all of this to one forced waifu. Which I didn't because that takes too much time. But it is possible. Now what do you do after training so many forced waifus? After making so many forced waifus, brothels, farms, what else is there to do in Free Cities? Well, as you continue playing the game, you'll notice that outside your arcology, there are hordes of unwashed human rights activists. What if I told you that they are very angry and are demanding lower wages? And what if I told you that taking and training forced waifus isn't the game? That I have lied to you? Let me show you the real game in Free Cities. You're not here to make a slave empire. No. A wise man once said, you can't escape the unwashed hordes of human rights activism. Watch as your arcology gets attacked by raiders, old world militaries, and people from Twitter. That is when you build an army. Build your army of forced waifus. Equip them with the best gear money could buy. Establish a special forces branch. Upgrade their base bit by bit until you have enough ordnance to arm an average Texan household. For we are a peaceful nation. We put the peace in artillery piece. Create tanks, planes, gunships. Hell, let's make a mecha as well. We have extra money, why not make stupid military designs like mechas? Humanitarian crisis outside our walls? Don't worry, there is no humanitarian crisis if there is no humans left. Live your uncapped dreams of buying yourself the endgame. Because nothing beats turning the earth to ash again, using recreational nukes this time. The forced waifus was not the game, but a single step into creating something bigger. A nation that will rebuild the world with the blood, sweat, and tears of those we deem to not be human anymore. That, my friends, is Free Cities. Where can you find this game? I have no idea, but if I had to rate this game in how many Fs I have, it would be 95. Go check our Patreon, where you can pay us the low price of $1 for every video we make. This video, however, is free. Don't forget to like, comment, and join our Discord server. It's a dead Discord server, but hey, so are the maids and side sets in his closet. The next game, we return to the sea. Have a great day, and remember, I'm inside your bathroom right now.